The Palm Beach Civic Association brings you Palm Beach TV, the island's only newscast. We're sponsored by the Fortin Foundation of Florida. Our mission is to inform town residents about the unique challenges of island life and to highlight the actions and achievements of our leaders and the dynamic people who live here. Now the news.
Welcome to Palm Beach TV. I'm Wendy Rutledge. Most people would agree that the island of Palm Beach is a relatively safe place to live with excellent police and fire protection. But at a recent public safety meeting, we learned about the many challenges these first responders face.
We are not immune from crime. We're not. Crime is going to happen.
Sobering words from Chief Nick Caristo pertaining to the idyllic Palm Beach Island life many view as extremely safe. And statistically, it is, thanks in large part to the policing philosophy that all crimes, large or small, matter.
We investigate everything from like a stolen flower pot up to a major crime. We investigate everything. We're not like any other jurisdiction, I tell you that right now.
While homicides and burglary are rare on the island, the most prevalent, and it turns out most highly preventable crime, is car theft.
The north end gets hit a lot. The south end does here too. And why? Is because they leave the keys in the car. They leave valuables in the car, they leave computers in the car, jewelry in the car, money in the car. And the main thing is the key fobs and the keys. You leave them in the car.
Turns out car thieves no longer have to crack windows and hotwire the engines to steal cars because in 15 seconds they can enter an open car with the key fob in it and drive off. Just watch this.
Now, they scope out during the day, and obviously they knew that car was behind bushes. Keys are in the car. That's how fast it takes to steal a car in the town of Palm Beach.
Palm Beach police are on to these criminals who frequently boast and post their spoils on social media. Another tool that has been useful for cops is that any car used in the commission of a felony can be forfeited to law enforcement.
The cars that come onto this island to steal a car, the car that brought them here is called a trail car. And that's being used in the commission of a felony. And we track down those trail cars. So not only do we go out there and get your car back, we go out and take their car.
Needless to say, locking your car is the absolute most effective deterrent to this highly preventable crime. Homelessness on the island is another challenge to law enforcement, not because it in itself is a crime, but because homeless people, of which police are now tracking some 65 who have come onto the island, often, though not always, have mental problems or criminal backgrounds. Case in point, a recent incident on the lake trail when a homeless man tried to steal a woman's bike.
The homeless guy took out a knife and stabbed the co-worker. And it was a nasty, nasty cut.
Homeless people on the island are offered services, rides to programs and shelters, or even take to the hospital as needed. In the meantime, Fire Rescue Chief Donato updated residents on the renovation of the North Fire Station, a project that will take about 2 years. It was his powerful message about safety in the face of a hurricane that resonated strongly.
Had Hurricane Ian come in from the east and hit the town of Palm Beach, the destruction that we saw on the West Coast is the destruction we'd see here. And if we say to you, evacuate, it's mandatory, it's important, we mean it.
Bottom line, police and fire are doing their jobs. We need to make sure we do ours.
So it's important that you let us know because you're another set of eyes out there.
It's an old New England tradition that is still alive and well on the island of Palm Beach. Our Sally Lewis brings us the results of this year's Town Caucus.
I left 10 pages of these notes at home in the essence of ending early today. In under an hour, Palm Beach's Town Caucus came to a close with humor and a strong show of support for the three incumbents, including Mayor Danielle Moore and Town Council members Julie Ariskog and Ted Cooney.
If there were a Broadway play or a motion picture premiere about Donnie Moore, the marquee would be lit with 4 words: Donnie Moore, servant leader.
At the caucus, each candidate must be nominated and then their nomination seconded 2 times from registered town voters. Mayor Moore was praised for the way she handled the drinking water bacteria crisis back in May.
And it was an example of Donnie's leadership, in my opinion, jumping in quickly, figuring out the problem, and getting it solved. I could go on, but as Donnie said, we don't want to be here all night. My point is simply that we are all very fortunate to have Donnie Moore as our mayor.
Mayor Moore was also nominated by Carla Cove and will go on to lead the town for a second term. Julie Ariskog has been serving as a member of the town council since 2017.
She's consistent, whether the issue is additional outdoor seating at a club, a new bar or restaurant, or the addition of a business in town. It's always for Julie, residents first.
Peggy Margaret Moore and Gail Howe also nominated Ariskog, who said she couldn't have run again if it weren't for the current group in office representing Palm Beach.
I've known Ted a long time. He was a good son.
For Town Council Group 2, Ted Cooney's father, John, and Lawrence Kaplan nominated Cooney, followed by the town's former mayor.
Ted understands what makes this town special and cares deeply about the quality of life issues, from public safety to preserving our history, architect, and charm.
Deborah Pasillo oversaw the caucus as the honorary chair, and Palm Beach Civic Association Executive Committee member Mark Zeidman served as secretary. With no political opposition, the incumbents will go on to serve an additional 2-year term that begins April 14, 2023. This is Sally Lewis reporting for Palm Beach TV.
That wraps it up for us. Thank you, as always, for watching, and you can check us out on our website or follow us on social media. And we'll see you next time right here on Palm Beach TV, a production of the Palm Beach Civic Association.
Palm Beach TV is a production of the Palm Beach Civic Association. We thank our sponsor, the Fortin Foundation of Florida, and encourage you, our viewers, to let us know how we can provide news coverage that best serves our members and residents.